Welcome into Jags A.M. Kainani Stevens, Sexton and John Oehser with you today. We're getting ready for the Jaguars to face off against the Seattle Seahawks in Week 6. But first off, we're going to talk about a trade that went down late last night. Let's start out with our big things, brought to you by GEHA, Government Employees Health Association, benefits for federal employees and retirees. CB swap. We saw cornerback swap Tyson Campbell heading to the Cleveland Browns. When I saw this drop last night, Brian, I was surprised to say the least because Tyson Campbell obviously got an extension with the previous regime, but now we're seeing that James Gladstone is clearly not afraid to make moves.
No, and he said as much. I remember when he moved up in the draft to take Travis Hunter, he said they're never going to miss a chance to improve their football team. So let me take you back to Monday Night Football. And it's 3rd down and 9 with about 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. And one of the few times that Anthony Campanile sent extra pass rush, Mahomes drops back and throws the ball up to a spot, and Tyson Campbell didn't know where the ball was. You can't pay a corner $18 million a year on average if he can't make that play. They think they got better by trading for Greg Newsome. Newsome's a talented guy, former first-round pick, and they think they got better. And that's what they said they would do, John. The other side of the coin is, and this one is just as important, Tyson had an onerous contract. I mean, this is going to save the Jaguars into the future about $45 million. That's an incredible amount of money and cap savings and flexibility that the Jaguars were able to get from the Cleveland Browns. It's a really good opportunity for the Jaguars. John, I'm surprised that Cleveland wanted to do this because Tyson Campbell is a good player, not a great player. They're taking on a great contract.
Yeah, and it gives them incredible flexibility at the end of the year. Newsome's a free agent, so you can sign him if it works out, if both sides want to. If both sides don't want to, you can move on and figure out the position. I think also a key here is people thought that Tyson was the number 1 corner. He was in name. Travis Hunter, Jordan Lewis, and there's not a significant drop-off in his team's eyes between Monteric Brown and Tyson Campbell. So they don't feel like they got any worse. It was a no-brainer move once it presented itself to them. And yeah, if they have showed you anything, they're not going to be tied to the past. They're not going to be doing things because of how things look. And Gladstone said during his press conference at the end of the season or at the beginning of the season, that he thought teams could get better during the season with moves, and I think they did.
And John, I think we also have to touch on the fact that this might not be the only move they make. I mean, if they're willing to be this aggressive over the next couple of weeks, you get the strong sense that they think that this is a team that can get better, and they're going to do anything they can to make it better. So I don't know that anybody should be surprised if there are more press releases in the coming weeks.
Jaguars are buyers, baby. Buyers.
Something they haven't been.
Nothing's off the table. We love it. Always something new. Our second big thing today is going to be next man up. There's some injuries on Monday Night Football. Robert Hainsey, center, left that game, did not participate in practice yesterday, was off to the side. And then also Brenton Strange placed on IR this week, John. Brenton Strange, we rave about him all the time, but it really is hard to duplicate what he does with both blocking and pass catching. Is it going to shift a little bit of the offense without him?
Yeah, a little bit. And, he's so good and I would say a unique talent, but one of the better two-way tight ends in the league that you can't plug anybody else on the roster because there's only a few guys in the league who can do it. They like Hunter Long, Johnny Munt, Quentin Morris. I don't know that it's automatically a position they have to make a move for, so they can go forward with this. But if he's not there, it changes the offense because I'm not going to say that you can't be as good a running team, but it's harder to run without him because he's still might be your best run blocker.
I think you're exactly right. You've got some different guys that are options for you. You may need to go and find someone who's a run blocking tight end to add to this roster, but this is a guy, John, that they're going to pay in the future. I mean, Brenton Strange, you mentioned, one of the better two-way tight ends. Think about how many two-way tight ends there really are in professional football. He is a unique breed of cat, and they want him here. So you're not going to give up a ton to go and find a guy that you're not going to be able to keep on the roster because you're going to keep Brenton Strange instead.
Yeah, think about this guy. The other night, they beat the Chiefs without who I think are their best players on both sides of the ball, Trayvon Walker, and then Brenton Strange was out in the second half. Pretty resilient.
Absolutely. Let's do our final thing today, big thing today, because there's a football game that the Jaguars are going to play on Sunday. It's a short week of prep as well. They played on Monday Night Football. Now they're preparing for the Seattle Seahawks team. Trevor Lawrence talked a little bit about it yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of this league. Like, you got to be able to, move on quickly. So I've had experience with that over the past few years. And I'd say physically, obviously, playing a Monday night game, it is a quicker turnaround. You lose, almost 2 days. So it's just trying to take care of your bodies and get ready to go. Because today's a Wednesday and we got to prepare for Seattle, and it's really less than 2 days after our game. So that is always a little bit of a challenge, but everyone has to do it. Everybody plays Monday night games, so it's just something that comes with the territory. And obviously, we got to get back as quick as possible and get a great week of preparation in for a really good Seattle team.
Brian, us in the media, maybe the fans reliving Monday Night Football a little bit, but the Jags have certainly turned the page already. What can we expect on Sunday against the Seahawks?
Well, listen, if you've got the right locker room, and the Jaguars believe they have the right locker room, you don't worry too much. These guys will do what you ask of them here, but then guys like Josh Hines-Allen will go home and they'll work on the recovery and the nutrition and focusing on sleep and making sure that they're ready to go. I think they believe that this team, I'm talking about the locker room now, believes that they're a team that's capable of being a factor in this race in the AFC. So the guys in the locker room yesterday and the guys at the podium yesterday, you heard them all in unison talk about what it takes looking through the windshield and not into the rearview mirror. They're going to be ready to play.
Yeah, the so-called hidden games in the NFL are really big games. This isn't a division game. It's not against the Chiefs. It's not a Monday night. But the Seahawks are really good. When I say hidden, I don't mean that they're not good, because I think they might be the best team they've played so far. Mm-hmm. When you can get these after a Monday night game at home, you're playing at 1 o'clock, most of the nation's not paying attention to you. These are the ones that you get some of these, and that gets you to 11 or 12 wins. I think it's going to be a real test for this team. You can get up for KC. San Francisco, you're going on the road, you were trying to get something you hadn't done before, that West Coast thing. This game won't have a lot of hype against a really good team. If they win this one and get to 5-1, this would be impressive, really impressive to me.
Definitely an important one this Sunday. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. I check in with our Seahawks insider to learn more about Sunday's matchup.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. For over 50 years, Fields Auto Group has been America's premier family-owned luxury auto group, selling the most iconic brands in the world. We understand the luxury customer and provide an extraordinary car buying and service experience. It's not just about selling cars. Fields is focused on building lifelong relationships. We invite you to visit Fields and enjoy an honest and memorable luxury car buying experience.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During our fall savings month, get 20% off your replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, or 0 interest for 12 months. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round. Offer ends October 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
Listen up. If our kids are going to grow up healthy, we have to work together out there. A healthier tomorrow depends on the calls that we make today. It's about eating right and focusing on their physical and mental health. We should be reading to our kids every night. Can you give me 60 minutes of physical activity every day?
Yes, sir, I can.
This is our healthy playbook. We do this as a team. Our kids win. Who's with me?
Get healthy at nemours.org/Jaguars. Nemours Children's Health, proud pediatric partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold they had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite, it's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone, fresh veggies, and their new pickle drizzle. Order the new Jag Stack in the app right now. Available for a limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants, the hottest subs in Duval.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? It's not a plane or a ship ride away. It's not across an ocean or over the equator. It's not even a far drive. The peak of freshness is at your grocery store, and it's called Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state, meaning it's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Jags A.M. brought to you by Fields Auto Group. See Fields first, Jacksonville's premier luxury auto group. Head over to fieldsauto.com. Welcome into Behind Enemy Lines, where we check in with a media member from the Jaguars' opponent team this week. It's going to be the Seattle Seahawks. We're checking in with Jen Mueller. As part of the broadcast team, Jen, thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Although I don't love being an enemy, I totally get it.
Not very loose word. Very loose word. I did want to check in. I was excited to check in with you because I feel like we don't follow the West Coast teams as much just because of division. And we've learned so much. We went to the 49ers already. And I feel like Seattle's always just quietly such a good team. And, you know, you're 5 weeks in at this point. What have you learned about the identity of this team? What have you seen so far?
We have definitely seen growth from the defense and just a really physical style of play. We've also seen a lot of injuries on that side of the ball. Offensively, Sam Darnold is executing what Clint Kubiak wants at a really high level. And despite the loss Sunday against Tampa, he had his best game as a Seahawk. And you can just see a more established identity on offense for the first time in a few years, just kind of knowing how Kubiak wants to run that system. So there's been some growth, and there's been some injuries that certainly bring Sunday's game in Jacksonville into question.
Had some injuries over here as well. I know you won't find out until later in the week who might be available, but when you look at maybe potential injuries, who are some names that you guys are dealing with?
Well, just in what happened on Sunday, it was Derek Hall, one of the edge rushers, who left the game early. Devin Witherspoon and Julian Love weren't able to play. Reek Woolen left the game with a concussion, so he's being evaluated this week. And all of that means that you were without some really significant pieces. DeMarcus Lawrence didn't play on Sunday, so that was another guy up front that you had been counting on. So the depth of that defense has been tested. You're right, we won't know for a few more days as to who is going to make it back. But on a defense that plays fast, aggressive, and physical, you need to have that depth and those rotations going on that, you know, on that side of the ball. And so you kind of saw what happened when you got down to the fourth string cornerback in that game. But yeah, those are the big names, and they are significant contributors that could not finish or play in the game last week.
Heard you mention Sam Darnold, obviously going at it with Baker Mayfield the other week. We saw what Sam Darnold's resurgent looked like last year, and then now kind of getting settled in Seattle. How has that been going thus far, and do you feel like he's really coming into his own?
He is. And I think he is really being helped by an offensive line that feels more cohesive than the last few years. And maybe that's play calling, maybe that is offensive philosophy, but I was just looking at a couple of the numbers. He's only been sacked 6 times this year. That is tied for the 4th fewest in the NFL. No sacks last week by a Tampa defense that, as you know, really physical. They can get after a quarterback. The fact that he has been kept upright has certainly made a huge difference. And his connection and relationship with Jackson Smith and Jigba, that's really fun to watch, because it just seems like JSN shows up. When the quarterback needs him, he is just going to be open somewhere in the field. And Sam said this last week, his ability to show up for practice is what makes all of those things work on game day. So he's made some pretty spectacular throws under pressure, managed to escape, and then find his outlet in a guy like JSN.
For the Jags offense, they've been, since Liam Cohen has come in, very strong about establishing the run. But I know your guys' run defense has been amazing thus far. So I'm excited to see that kind of clash. What have you seen from the defense? I know some injuries, but just style-wise, what have you seen?
Up front, there's nobody better than Leonard Williams. Although a close second would be Byron Murphy, right in the middle of that defensive line. And I know that neither of those guys get enough credit because when you look at that final box score, I mean, what are you possibly going to see, right? But it's their ability to eat up double teams and to have everybody just crash towards that ball carrier. So they've allowed about 83 rushing yards a game. That is the third fewest in the league. That is a huge difference from what we have seen in the last couple of years, where they were retooling that defensive identity. Now, the downside of that, Tampa wasn't able to run, but they did find a lot of yards in the middle of the field. So that pass defense, again, with some of those injuries. But Byron Murphy is a really fun special player to watch in the way that he takes up double teams. Partly you would call it leverage in just the way that he is built. But boy, is he strong, and do his teammates sing his praises, and just his ability to disrupt and blow up things in the middle of a run game.
All right, as we look ahead to Sunday, do you have a name or two of matchups you're looking at or a player to watch?
You know, I actually just want to see how this team responds. Seattle has been really good on the road under Mike McDonald, which I'm not saying that part's a surprise, but they haven't found as much success at home as they would like. This team tends to come together on the road in a way that I have seen few others. If I had to look at a game and somebody in particular, I would look at Ernest Jones, the linebacker, who, if you look at PFF's ratings from Sunday's game against Tampa, he didn't rate out very highly. He does not take that very well. So I would expect a pretty big bounce back game for him and just being able to shore up some of what was happening in the middle of that defense last week.
Very good, Jen. Thanks so much. We'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Sounds great.
That was Behind Enemy Lines with Jen Mueller from the Seattle Seahawks broadcast team. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you our predictions for Sunday's game against Seattle.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Finally, inventories and prices are customer friendly.
That's because summer's here, so let's keep it real at the Field Summer Sales Event.
We have vehicles on the ground and ready to go. All new makes and models to choose from, even electric cars and SUVs. Stop searching for your next luxury vehicle and see Fields first.
And get an incredible offer like this.
Right now, save up to $10,000 on remaining new 2024 Porsche models in stock at Porsche Jacksonville. Go to PorscheJacksonville.com.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Sudeth is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Sudeth crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and efficiency, it's no wonder why Sudeth is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. For the past 100 years, Sudeth has provided local, long-distance, and international moving services in Jax. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, Sudeth is helping you on moving day. Visit Sudeth.com/Jags for a guaranteed quote.
Jags fans, this one's for you. If you've got MyGate rewards, you're already in the game. But now you've got a shot at the ultimate prize, meeting QB1 himself, Trevor Lawrence, at Everbank Stadium with 3 friends by your side. With the MyGate Rewards Gatorade Club, every 5 Gatorade items you purchase equals 1 entry toward your chance to win. Stack them up and score big. See store for details. Gear up for the season. Gates got you.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During our fall savings month, get 20% off your replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, or 0 interest for 12 months. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round. Offer ends October 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
Jaguars fans, are you ready to beat the heat? All season long, head to Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra Beach, Fleming Island, and the West Side to cheer on your Jags. And here's the game-changing play. Order the Beat the Heat special, which includes 12 of the best wings in town, and score a free milkshake or ice-cold milk in the Jaguars souvenir cup. Thanks to our friends at Florida Dairy Farmers. Fuel up, cool down, and celebrate your Jaguars with Mr. Chubby's Wings and Florida Dairy Farmers, the ultimate game day team.
Jags A.M. brought to you by Sudeth Moving and Storage, Florida's most trusted and dependable moving company. Sudeth, proud to be the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. To get a guaranteed quote, visit sudeth.com/Jacksonville. Welcome in. We're going to do our best at predicting the future headlines for Monday because playing the Seahawks on Sunday. That's what we do. We predict these things. Brian, what do you think it's going to be?
Well, I went with grit over grunge. I'm not even sure grunge is around anymore in Seattle, but it was part of their identity. Look, when Trevor Lawrence tried to leap over and reach the ball into the end zone the other night, I thought, man, we're stuck, right? There's still a couple of mistakes that he makes every game that just make you scratch your head. And then from that point on, I saw a level of determination, and not just at the end, but some runs that he made. The storyline yesterday in a lot of the news conferences was about the quarterback, shouldn't he be sliding feet first? But they missed the determinating factor, right? And that was his determination and his grit. I think Trevor, the fire is lit. I think the light is on. And I think that level of passion and aggressiveness is something that's going to benefit him. So I say that's the difference maker. Look, I get it. Seattle's a really good team. They may be healthier by the time they get here. Pardon me. They may be healthier by the time they get here this week. And the 1 o'clock start on the East Coast time across the country, who knows whether that still factors in. So in a really narrow game, I say that Trevor Lawrence's grit and determination, to use those words for the 7th time, is the difference between these two teams on Sunday.
Yeah, I think that's, we can move on to mine, which is sort of playing off yours. I went with streaking, and I put Travis Hunter as the person, because I was trying to figure out how they might get to victory, because I think it's going to be tough this week coming off the game on Monday. And I think the path is, at some point, watching Travis Hunter the last couple of weeks, it feels like it's close to having those breakout plays. At some point, he's going to catch one, make a move on somebody, and it's going to be daylight, and he's going to score. So I wonder if the grit that I think they will show will be enough. But I think if we're sitting here talking about a win on Monday, it's because either BTJ or Travis Hunter have made a huge play to complement that grit. And it just feels we've been waiting for some sort of big play from the offense. I thought last week they needed a big passing play to win.
Right.
I didn't know it was going to come from Devin Lloyd.
Yes, right.
So, but at some point, they have to get some easy touchdowns. Travis feels like he's very close to starting delivering those.
I think maybe this is a better team than even I think it is, right? And everyone has said, and the coach said it yesterday, that they haven't played their best football and they're pissed off about it. And that sort of upside that they see that maybe we don't, because we're not on the practice field and we're not in the meeting rooms. Travis's catch, again, I go back to the little 13-yard first down he had that I thought was spectacular, stunning. I think that there's real opportunity for this team, and I think they may be better than people know.
Yeah, Kai, the genuine reaction yesterday in the locker room that Brian's talking about, where you talk to multiple players, and they clearly moved on, and they were clearly upset that they had left so much on the field. Josh Hines-Allen was even talking about, we want the Chiefs again because we want to show that we're better than that. Well, they beat them. So, I mean, there wasn't an arrogance to it. It was incredibly professional, and it again spoke to the culture change just in whatever time this regime has been here. It was an interesting locker room on that front.
It is amazing how much they've gotten done to this point of the season. I don't know that anyone could have expected that they would be where they are in the locker room, on the field. It is a transformational story, and it is fun to tell.
Signs of a good team when you find a way to win when you're not playing your best. I am a little hesitant. I feel very concerned about this game. I love to be wrong, but I think they're going to be up against it a little bit. The run defense for the Seahawks, one of the best in the league, and I feel like this offense operates best when they're running the ball well. I don't know if they're going to be able to run the way they want to without Brenton Strange and against a defense that's this good at stopping the run. So, as John mentioned, if they can get some explosives, get the wide receivers involved early, that's definitely a path to victory. I think this will be very difficult, and I don't think it's being overlooked by any means, but maybe by fans or people looking at the schedule, you're looking at some other things. So there is that. This will probably be, I think, the toughest opponent that they faced at this point, if depending on injuries for them. But yeah, it'll definitely be a tough one.
I agree.
Stay with us. We'll tell you what's coming up the rest of the week after the break.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Finally, inventories and prices are customer friendly.
That's because summer's here, so let's keep it real at the Field Summer Sales Event.
New inventory is arriving daily. All new makes and models to choose from, even electric cars and SUVs.
Visit Fields today and find the fit for you.
And get an incredible offer like this.
For a limited time, get $3,000 off all Lexus TX350s in stock at Lexus of Jacksonville and Lexus of Orange Park.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold they had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite, it's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone, fresh veggies, and their new pickle drizzle. Order the new Jag Stack in the app right now. Available for a limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval.
Listen up. If our kids are going to grow up healthy, we have to work together out there. A healthier tomorrow depends on the calls that we make today. It's about eating right and focusing on their physical and mental health. We should be reading to our kids every night. Can you give me 60 minutes of physical activity every day?
Yes, sir, I can.
This is our healthy playbook. We do this as a team. Our kids win. Who's with me?
Get healthy at nemours.org/Jaguars. Nemours Children's Health, proud pediatric partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Sudeth is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Sudeth crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and efficiency, it's no wonder why Sudeth is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. For the past 100 years, Sudeth has provided local, long-distance, and international moving services in Jags. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, Sudeth is helping you on moving day. Visit Sudeth.com/Jags for a guaranteed quote.
Jags fans, this one's for you. If you've got MyGate rewards, you're already in the game. But now you've got a shot at the ultimate prize, meeting QB1 himself, Trevor Lawrence, at Everbank Stadium with 3 friends by your side. With the MyGate Rewards Gatorade Club, every 5 Gatorade items you purchase equals 1 entry toward your chance to win. Stack them up and score big. See store for details. Gear up for the season. Gates got you.
Jags fans, if you want customized Jaguars furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com to browse all the customizable options. Zipchair is furniture for fans. And also, this Sunday's game brought to you by Florida Blue, the presenting sponsor for the matchup against the Seahawks.
And so I'm going to be real honest right now. This is a big game. For a reason being, guys, it's not going to end our season or make our season. It's the opportunity to go knock down the door and earn and take the respect that we can go to. We don't get anything in this league. We all understand it. But if there's a group of guys that I've been around for quite some time now, that the way they've worked, the way they prepare, the way they treat each other, and come together as a team, this is a moment we deserve to go prepare to take. That's all we get in this game. And what an opportunity it is for us to go kick down a door.
It'll be a good one.
Ready to play. Let's start the show over.
Let's go. Let's
how
go.
Can you, I mean, how can you not be fired up for this guy? And I think fans are getting to know Liam Cohen a little better. And boy, this town loves him and is going to love him. It's really cool.
All right, guys, get ready for Sunday. Sounds of the Game is out tonight, as well as a new episode of The Hunt. So check those out on Jaguars YouTube and Jaguars.com. We'll see you next week.